Hello, cubers of YouTube. This is my tutorial on how to solve the 4x4 Rubik's Revenge Cube. Sadly, my friend would not let me borrow his Shengshao, and I don't want to wait until my Diane gets here to make this tutorial, so I'm going to be using my Rubik's brand. And it works, and it'll be fine to teach you, but it's not a very good cube overall, so hopefully this will go smoothly. So just a quick introduction and a few more things you need to learn before you go to solve this. Now, first I recommend you can solve a 3x3 because this is a lot like solving a 3x3, except there are a few more steps. And if you can't solve a 3x3, then check out my tutorial for the 3x3. I'll put it in the video description. If you do not own a 3x3, then you can either just try to learn how to solve this, or if you want to learn how to solve a 3x3 first, you can check out GavaSoft Cube Emulator. It's a free program that emulates cubes up to, like, I don't know, 1,000 or something on your computer. And if you just want to buy an actual 3x3, I recommend you order a Diane brand cube. They're the same price as Rubik's brand, but they're a lot better. Alright, so now on to the actual 4x4. One thing that you're going to need to know is there's a new notation, and that is inner turns, like this, where you're turning the inner layer, which can either be that or with both the layers being turned at once. Most of the time it's both layers turned at once, and if you turn both layers, it should never really affect the algorithm, and so it's much faster to turn both instead of trying to go like that. So inner turns are indicated by a lowercase letter in an algorithm. So this would be lowercase r, lowercase ri, lowercase l, lowercase li, lowercase u, and so on. And that's pretty much all the new notation you're going to need to know. Now, another thing you're going to need to know is, as you might have already noticed, the 4x4, like any other even-numbered cube bigger than a 3x3, while it has centerpieces, these four right here, none of them are fixed like on a 3x3. On a 3x3, this centerpiece right here is fixed, and it's impossible to move it out of its position relative to their centerpieces. But here, there's no fixed centerpieces. All the centerpieces can move, and so that means that you're going to have to make sure to set your centers in the proper orientation. Now, a lot of you think that a lot of you may be thinking, as long as you put white opposite yellow, blue opposite green, and orange opposite red, the cube will be solvable. However, this is not the case. For example, if I put red here, blue here, green here, and orange here, the cube would not be solvable. Even though all the centers are in their right place according to their opposite color, they're not in the right orientation to their adjacent colors. So how I remember it is red, white, and blue are always in a clockwise orientation. So if you hold the cube at an angle like this, you start at red, then go clockwise to white, and blue is right here. So just, yeah, clockwise like that. And you can also do the same thing with, like, yellow, orange, and green, but white, red, and blue is a good way to remember it. And as long as you set your centers so they're in this orientation, then the cube will be solvable. If you accidentally set them in the wrong orientation, it's pretty easy to just resolve the centers, and you just probably not going to have to start completely over, but it's always good to check to make sure you've set them correctly before moving on. Okay, so now that I've got that out of the way, it's time to move on to the tutorial.